What's up everyone, it's Zai, Friendly Duelist, and I wanted to talk about what I kind of think are going to be the next best meta decks for as we know, there's going to be a new list on January 1st, and that list is going to be announced probably in about 3 weeks, and everybody's going to start making their ban list predictions and whatnot. I'm not going to talk about ban list predictions, but I kind of wanted to talk about my predictions for the best meta decks for the upcoming format. And as much as it hurts me to say, I can guarantee that there's gonna be some type of Dragon Ruler variant. That's gonna be like a top 3 deck, not top tier 3, but like one of the top 3 decks of the format. If they do get hit in the ban list, which I'm really hoping they will, and I'd be surprised if they don't get hit. If they do get hit, I'm still sure that there's gonna be some players that are gonna make some type of variant of the deck, and I'm sure it's still gonna work, and I'm sure that Dragon Ruler variant, some type of Dragon Ruler variant, is still gonna be in the the top meta decks. The wood dragon and the water dragon, the mythic dragons, they're a really good asset to the deck. They're searchable, and you can go in one turn you can go into a rank 7 and a rank 8, whether it be Felgrand or Tachyon Dragon. They're both really good cards. This deck is still gonna have a lot of combos, still a lot of plays, and Dragon Ruler variants still is gonna be one of my predictions for the best decks. Mermills, I know a lot of people don't like Mermills. I personally love this deck. So a lot of people seem to forget that this deck dominated, before Dragons came out. Before the Dragon Rulers came out, this deck was like everywhere. This deck was winning everything, and I can definitely see this deck come back. Like it's a really fast deck. It has a lot of different combos, has different plays. It's very versatile. You go into rank 4s, rank 7s, all that good stuff. You could synchro, and I don't know, if it doesn't get hit, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in the top 3 decks for the format. And Harpies, right now Harpies are really good. I mean, a lot of people are starting to place Harpies, and I don't blame them. They're a really good deck. My cousin plays Harpies, and this deck is really good. With the surprise release of Harpy Dancer, everybody's like, oh shit, Harpies, Divine Wind's really good. The Pet Dragon reprint made it so that rank 7s were a lot easier to make, because Pet Dragons were like $80, but now they're like, I don't know, $10, and Big Eye's getting a reprint. So I don't know, I really wouldn't be surprised if this deck became like the #1 deck for the format. Chidori is so good, and Zero Fine is really good, and like you can search out everything with Sign. You can search out Sign with magical hats. You can, you party spams Harpies from your graveyard. It's a really versatile deck, and I'm sure there's gonna be different variants of it, and I think it's gonna be one of the top decks, if not the top deck. And Madolches is a deck that I hate, but I can acknowledge that it's a good deck. I've lost to it plenty of times to see how that it can be a pretty good deck. You can spam out pretty fast if you don't stop it, and it's been consistently topping regional, so I'm sure this deck is still gonna be one of the top decks for the upcoming year. Bujins, I hate Bujins. I hate their playstyle. They're so slow, way too many traps, but they have been topping, and they recently won a regional. I forgot the name of the place, but it's a good deck, I guess, but it's really stun, with the Kaiser Coliseum and Black Garden and whatnot. But I don't like this deck at all, but I'm sure it's still gonna be played a lot. People are, have been playing it a lot, so yeah, I can definitely see it being one of the top decks. And Noble Knights, I love this deck. I really like the playstyle. I like the artwork in this, but they haven't really done much, and people who play the deck know that it's not as consistent as they thought it was gonna be. I played this deck many times, and I don't know. It's really, I feel like it's really inconsistent. But when at the same time, when you do get your combos off, like you can do really good stuff with this deck. And I'm sure it's gonna be like tier 1.5, tier 2, but I really don't think it's gonna be a tier 1 deck. I hope it proves me wrong, but because I really like this deck, but I don't see it like being one of the like top 5 decks. I'm sure it'll still be played a lot. I don't know. Other decks like Evil Swarms, I'm sure are still gonna be played a lot. Constellars, Fire Fist, you know, I'm sure those decks are still gonna be really played, but I feel like these are gonna be like the top decks of the format. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.